And now I'd like to entertain everybody with some fancy pageant walking.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most notable Saturday Night Live impressions that failed to impress the real-life figures.
Did I do that? But family matters. Family does matter.
Number 20. Steven Tyler, performed by Mick Jagger.
Before I start, I'd just like to thank all the reptiles who gave their lives for this jacket, yeah!
While hosting the season 37 finale, Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger got the chance to step into the shoes of another rock icon. In the parody sketch So You Think You Can Dance at an outdoor music festival, Jagger played Steven Tyler, complete with a long curly wig, snake print jacket, and red scarf.
I love that dance, but it needed more scarves. I'd give you mine, but my hat keeps my head from falling off.
He certainly looked the part, but his performance struck the wrong chord with the real-life Tyler. Unlike other celebs who dislike their SNL impersonations for being too harsh, Tyler's gripe was the exact opposite. He felt Jagger didn't go far enough. The Aerosmith frontman claimed the portrayal missed the mark entirely and criticized Jagger for not even attempting his signature howl.
That dance was awesome. Almost as awesome as Burger King's new crispy chicken strips.
Number 19. Neil deGrasse Tyson, performed by Kenan Thompson. If you're going to impersonate one of the world's most renowned scientists, accuracy and precision are the least you can aim for.
Yeah, this report actually represents the consensus of the vast majority of scientists. It is an indisputable fact that the Earth is getting warmer.
Warmer? Tell that to the polar vortex.
According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, however, Kenan Thompson's impression of him in this Fox and Friends sketch fell short of that standard. When asked about Thompson's portrayal, Tyson admitted that he was underwhelmed by it, particularly because SNL has nailed far more accurate impersonations of other people.
Look, addressing this problem should be a goal that we should all share. I mean, no one wants to see the extinction of the polar bears.
Still, his reaction wasn't all negative. Tyson was charmed by the fact they got his planetary neckties right. Plus, he took his impersonation on SNL as a sign that science is becoming mainstream, which is a development he wholeheartedly welcomes.
For science is truth indeterminate, and science allows us to detect when people's philosophies are interfering with the dissemination of those essential truths.
Number 18. Bobby Brown, performed by Tracy Morgan.
Oh, hey, Jimmy. It's Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Hi, Tina.
The relationship between Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston was a tabloid magnet, drawing intense media scrutiny and ridicule, particularly surrounding their alleged drug use. So naturally, SNL jumped on the bandwagon, with Tracy Morgan and Maya Rudolph impersonating the troubled duo on a Weekend Update segment.
I mean, you've seen our baby, Tina.
Yes, I have.
You have? Where is she?
Yeah, where you been keeping her at?
Oh, no, I meant I've seen her in the papers.
Oh, of course she's in the papers.
While the portrayal left the audience in stitches, Brown wasn't the least bit amused, and he has harbored resentment ever since. Speaking to the Atlanta Black Star in 2022, Brown called the sketch hateful, saying that although he doesn't regret his past, being mocked in that way deeply offended him.
This is what I've gone through in my life, from day one of my life, all the way to right now.
Nevertheless, he has since learned not to take such things personally, and now tries to accept the good with the bad. Number 17. Anderson Cooper, performed by John Rudnitsky. During the 2016 race to the White House, SNL tried to get Anderson Cooper to play himself in a political sketch. When he couldn't make it, they settled for the next best thing, a cast member doing their best impression of him.
Good evening, and welcome to the first Democratic debate of the 2016 campaign. I'm your moderator, Anderson Cooper, and I hope I do you proud tonight, Kathy Griffin.
Newcomer John Rudnitsky got the chance to prove himself by playing the journalist in the sketch, but his performance didn't exactly dazzle the real-life Cooper.
Before we begin, we at CNN want to say a quick word to Vice President Joe Biden. Joe, if you decide to run at any time tonight, we will happily make room for you on the stage.
While on Watch What Happens Live, Cooper admitted to feeling unhappy with the impression, not because he was thin-skinned, but because Rudnitsky leaned too heavily into his sexuality and skipped over the rest of his personality. Number 16. Kellyanne Conway, performed by Kate McKinnon. For many, getting impersonated by the great Kate McKinnon on Saturday Night Live would be a badge of honor. But for Kellyanne Conway, not so much.
It's me, Kellyanne Conway. But you can call me Kellywah. It's Kellywah is the dancing clown. It's Kellyanne.
Not only was the former White House senior counselor unimpressed with her portrayal, she also offered McKinnon some unsolicited acting tips. Conway believed that McKinnon played her as a little too sour and malicious, so she suggested adding a splash of joy, as she considers herself to be a much more happy person.
When it's in good humor, I think it's really funny, but I noticed once President Trump won the election, which none of them were expecting, it got a little meaner.
But while she didn't find her depiction flattering, the fact that she was being impersonated on SNL at all following the 2016 election convinced Conway that she was the future of American politics.
And when they Google Chester K, my name will come up before Kanye. Kellyanne Conway.
Number 15. Ivanka Trump, performed by Scarlett Johansson. If you wanted to know how Ivanka Trump really felt about her impersonation on SNL, it depends on who you trust more, Trump herself or her father's former political aide, Omarosa Manigault Newman.
She's a woman who knows what she wants and knows what she's doing. Complicit.
For those willing to believe Trump, her reaction was more of a shrug. When asked about Scarlett Johansson's portrayal of her as complicit in her father's actions, Trump appeared seemingly unbothered by it.
So I hope to make a positive impact. I don't know what it means to be complicit.
However, according to Newman's 2018 tell-all book, the sketch made the first daughter livid, and she wouldn't stop ranting about how ridiculous and disrespectful it was. So, who's telling the truth? Hard to say. But given the Trump family's well-documented aversion to criticism, it seems we're Team Omarosa on this one.
Complicit. The fragrance for the woman who could stop all this, but won't. Also available in a cologne for Jared.
Number 14. Elon Musk, performed by Mike Myers.
Donald, what are you doing in my office? You know I'm the president now, right? I'm kidding.
If you thought the last you'd seen of Elon Musk on SNL was during the good nights of his 2021 hosting gig, think again. Given his prominent role in the second Trump administration, Musk, or at least Mike Myers' version of him, has become a regular fixture on the show.
Well, they're saying I'm firing people with no cause, but I do have cause. It's cause I feel like it. Come on!
Fans loved Myers' take, but the real-life tech billionaire had very different feelings about it. Musk reacted to a clip of the sketch on X, saying humor fails when it lies. He later doubled down, labeling SNL with his go-to insult for anything he doesn't like: far-left propaganda. Thankfully, the show doesn't fall under the control of Doge, otherwise half of the staff would probably be out of a job by now.
Douche is going to be epic. Douche is going to really clean everything out. Comedy's back! Comedy's back!
Number 13. Mark Wahberg, performed by Andy Samberg. In this season 34 sketch, Andy Samberg nails a surprisingly accurate impression of Mark Wahberg talking to various animals in his distinctive Boston accent.
Chicken, I'm not joking around, okay? This is the real thing. I mean, this could be huge. All right, well, think about it. Say hi to your mother for me, all right?
The impression was solid, the laughs were plenty, and there were few, if any, depreciating shots in the entire routine. Nevertheless, Wahberg still found a way to be offended by it. The actor slammed the sketch as unfunny, and even threatened to settle a score with Samberg the old-fashioned way. He nearly made good on that promise when he appeared on SNL the following week to confront Samberg.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, buddy. I've been thinking about breaking that big, beautiful nose of yours.
Sure, it's big and beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? I decided not to, being the church-going guy that I am, but I mean...
Thankfully, things ended on a lighter note, with the two patching things up. That said, if you're thinking of doing your own Wahberg impersonation, we'd advise against it.
Hey, donkey.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
How's it going? You live in a barn, right? I'm in Max Payne. Have you seen that movie?
Number 12. Amy Lou Wood, performed by Sarah Sherman. The third season of HBO's The White Lotus stirred up plenty of buzz on social media, so it was only a matter of time before we got an SNL parody. In The White POTUS, the show drops Donald Trump, his family, and cabinet members in Thailand, where he secretly panics over the economic meltdown caused by his tariff policy.
You would never let our economy go to pieces. Right, hun?
While most of the sketch was well received, many took issue with Sarah Sherman's portrayal of Amy Lou Wood's character, Chelsea, for which she wore exaggerated prosthetic teeth.
You all right? What's that? Oh, look, a monkey.
I'm gonna go kill it and eat it.
No, not the monkey.
The loudest critic was Wood herself, who labelled the impression mean and unfunny on her Instagram story. She later clarified that while she's all up for being roasted, she expected something cleverer, more nuanced, and less cheap.
Hey, people like me, right?
Yeah, you're great, Marco. We love ya. Hey, we're gonna go take a walk over there for a second.
Number 11. Donald Trump, performed by Alec Baldwin.
How do you like working at the White House? Are your parents proud?
I tell them I work at Applebee's.
That's great.
Even before he became president, Donald Trump was a prominent figure in pop culture, so there have been numerous portrayals of him on SNL. But few hit the mark and the nerve, quite like Alec Baldwin's. Baldwin began impersonating Trump during the 2016 presidential campaign and continued throughout his first term, even winning an Emmy Award for his performance.
Martha, she is trying to silence these women, but they need to be respected. They need their voices heard.
What about all the women accusing you of sexual assault?
They need to shut the hell up.
All that praise seemed to anger Trump, who repeatedly trashed the impressions online, saying it stinks and just can't get any worse.
He's portraying somebody who's very mean and nasty, and I'm not mean and nasty. I think I'm a much nicer person than he's portraying.
His frustration reportedly went so far that he tried to get the FCC and Justice Department to force SNL to shelf Baldwin's portrayal of him. Although Trump denied making such efforts, he still described the impressions as an illegal campaign contribution by the Democrats.
Okay, Donald, that's enough fun for tonight. Can I have my desk back?
Yes, of course, Mr. President. I'll go sit at my desk. Yeah.
Number 10. Barbara Walters, performed by Gilda Radner. Getting impersonated on Saturday Night Live can either feel like a compliment or a slap in the face, depending on who you ask.
Dr. Kissinger, you once said that power is the greatest aphrodisiac. What exactly do you mean by this?
For legendary broadcast journalist Barbara Walters, it was more of the latter. From the show's very first season, Walters was parodied by cast member Gilda Radner, who exaggerated her speaking style and dubbed the character Bawa Wawa.
You refer to yourself as a gunswinger, sort of a Lone Ranger of foreign policy.
The sketch was a hit with audiences, but not so much with Walters herself. She initially detested the exaggerated speech impediment and worried that the caricature might stick.
After 40 years of being in this country, why do you still talk with that silly accent?
But one night she stumbled upon her young daughter watching the show, who casually told her to lighten up about the portrayal. That small nudge completely changed Walters' perspective.
Thank you very much. This is Barbara Wawa saying have a pleasant weekend.
Number 9. Fran Lebowitz, performed by Bowen Yang. No one is safe from an SNL impression, not even if you're someone like Fran Lebowitz, who acts like technology is out to get her.
People frequently are infuriated by me because I'm filled with opinions.
In 2021, the author and public speaker was played by Bowen Yang in a Weekend Update bit, that spoofed her Netflix docuseries Pretend It's a City with Martin Scorsese.
I've been so bored at home, I was about to get married to my cufflinks.
At first, Lebowitz claimed she hadn't watched the episode, but she later admitted her distaste for the portrayal, saying that only people who have never been parodied would enjoy such a caricature.
And the people who went to these talks, they were children. They'd ask me, should I be a writer? Should I be a filmmaker? I say, no, you should be something useful. Be a piece of melon wrapped in prosciutto.
Ironically, her disapproval of this impression was well received by Yang, who considered it the highest praise he could have gotten from her.
I wear it as a badge of honor that she did not like my portrayal of her.
Number 8. Ann Miller, performed by Molly Shannon. Even the most spot-on SNL impressions can sometimes still hit a nerve, especially if you're the one being impersonated.
Welcome to Leg Up, a show full dancers about dancers with two dancers who love to dance.
That seems to have been the case for Ann Miller. The late actress and dancer was played by Molly Shannon in a recurring sketch titled Leg Up, alongside Sherry O'Terry as Debbie Reynolds.
You look fabulous. Oh, well, you know, Annie, I'm going to sign for that compliment and FedEx one right back because your skin is about as tight as Liz Taylor's Levi's.
While the bit quickly became a fan favorite, Miller wasn't exactly thrilled about it. According to Shannon, her main issue was the character's habit of sliding into dirty jokes and celebrity gossip, which didn't sit well with her.
Well, don't worry, you can rent it, honey. Annie, you can't rent a Broadway show, sweetheart. No, I meant me, $250 an hour.
Still, it did put her back on the radar for young audiences, so that at least counts for something. Number 7. Meghan McCain, performed by A.D. Bryant. Not everyone walks away from an SNL impression unscathed. Just ask Meghan McCain. The daughter of the late Arizona Senator John McCain, she found herself portrayed by A.D. Bryant, who dubbed her the Princess of Arizona.
There is a crisis at the border, and the border is right up in my Arizona, which was founded on sunburnt women selling turquoise jewelry.
Bryant's impression poked fun at McCain's tenure on the panel of The View, depicting her as a bit of a spoiled brat.
Well, can you let me talk? Because it's actually your job to listen to me.
Although she initially expressed her love for the impression, calling it a huge pop culture honor, McCain ultimately admitted that it took a toll on her and made her feel like the laughing stock of the country.
So, Jenny, you've been at the forefront of the anti-vaccination movement for many years. But what was the tea on The Masked Singer? Did you know that the pineapple was Tommy Chong?
To add insult to injury, she felt that the show was more lenient with her fellow panelists than with her.
Can you let me talk?
Well, can you let me finish?
Can I punch you in the face?
No!
Number 6. Sha Spicer, performed by Melissa McCarthy. Over the years, SNL has seen countless political impersonations, but few have left as lasting an impression as Melissa McCarthy's take on Sha Spicer.
When I say Rocky start, I mean it in the sense of Rocky the movie because I came out here to punch you in the face, and also I don't talk so good.
McCarthy sunk her teeth into the role, playing up Spicer's fiery exchanges with reporters, and she even snagged an Emmy for her performance.
I wanted to ask about the travel ban on Muslims.
Yeah, it's not a ban.
I'm sorry?
It's not a ban. The travel ban is not a ban, which makes it not a ban.
But you just called it a ban.
Because I'm using your words. You said ban.
While Spicer himself found some humor in the impression, he thought it went a little too far. Speaking on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he admitted that watching it was traumatizing enough to send him to therapy. He'd previously also noted that the gum chewing was a tad excessive and could have been toned down. You're entitled to your opinion, Mr. Spicer, but we have to disagree with it.
Exactly 1 minute before tomorrow's press concert, and live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Yeah, that already happened.
Number 5. Sarah Palin, performed by Tina Fey. The real Sarah Palin may have briefly shared the stage with Tina Fey on Saturday Night Live, but don't mistake that for a stamp of approval.
The only pole I care about is the North Pole, and that is melting. It's not great. What? The real one?
Bye.
In reality, Palin wasn't exactly a fan of the now iconic impression, and honestly, who can blame her? While Faye's portrayal was undeniably hilarious and created some of the most legendary SNL moments, it was a pretty unflattering depiction of the then governor of Alaska and vice presidential candidate.
Well, Alaska and Russia are only separated by a narrow maritime border. You've got Alaska here, and this right here is water, and then that's up there's Russia. So we keep an eye on them.
In fact, according to Palin, her appearance on the show was an attempt to counter the not-so-rosy picture Faye's impression had left in the public's mind.
Thank you.
She even suggested that Faye ought to pay her for profiting off the impersonation.
But 1 in 5 jobs being created today under the umbrella of job creation, that, also...
Number 4. Lauren Boowbert, performed by Chloe Fineman. While some politicians are able to take their SNL impersonations in stride, some others seem to take it quite personally.
The government has been using this fake disease to strip us of our freedom. Do they think we're dumb?
Please. Would they give a dumb person a gun? Yes.
Case in point, US Congresswoman Lauren Boowbert. Boowbert was the butt of the joke in this cold open sketch featuring an impression by Chloe Fineman, alongside Cecily Strong as Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Then they found a vaccine and said it worked. Then they said everyone should get it. Then people got it and it saved their lives. If that's not communism, then honey, I might not know what communism is.
The sketch lampooned the Congresswoman's love of guns and tendency to spread COVID-19 misinformation. Boowbert was apparently triggered by Fineman's performance, as she took to social media to label her as a no-name actress with poor trigger discipline.
Merry Christmas. And remember, guns don't kill people. People.
In response, Fineman shared Boowbert's post to her Instagram, where she referred to the Congresswoman as an actual clown. Number 3. Carol Baskin, performed by Chloe Fineman.
Hail, you cool cats and kittens, come bike with me.
It appears there's something about a Chloe Fineman impression that gets the real people riled up every time. Netflix Tiger King became a pop culture sensation during the COVID-19 lockdown, so it's inevitably got the SNL treatment. In the first at-home episode, Fineman debuted her impression of Baskin on air after workshopping it on social media.
Don't go too fast.
It was a genuinely hilarious bit, with Baskin spouting her signature phrase and addressing the rumors about her missing husband.
Riding my bike on the big kitty lake around the kitty cat preserve, and I didn't kill my husband.
But the real Baskin was not laughing. The animal rights activist is quoted as saying that she could just slap Fineman for the performance. Nevertheless, it seemed to have resonated with audiences, as fans began asking Baskin to sing in her virtual cameos afterwards.
I like to ride by the big kitties and the little baby kitties.
Number 2. Kathy Lee Gifford, performed by Kristen Wiig. For most people, having the legendary Kristen Wiig impersonate them on SNL would be a career highlight. But former Today Show host Kathy Lee Gifford isn't most people.
I'm sorry.
Gifford didn't seem to be amused back in 2009 when Wiig portrayed her as a boozy diva, making sex jokes about her husband and constantly breaking into song.
Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie, ho cakes. Speaking of old goodies, check out these goodie bags right here.
While you may have been laughing at home, Gifford was fuming. The impression left her so annoyed that she hit Wiig with the ultimate insult for a comedian: unfunny.
First up on the scoop, and this card just says take a shot of tequila.
Way ahead of you, hody.
If Kathy Lee Gifford had her way, Wiig's impressions might have been shut down for good. But thankfully, the world isn't run by her, so we got several more.
She has a story. He has a story. Hoda has a story. And Hoda's story is boring.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. David Patterson, performed by Fred Armisen. As the first legally blind US governor, David Patterson actually handled jokes about his disability quite well. However, when he was spoofed on Saturday Night Live, Patterson believed they crossed a line.
The person I select must be prepared to help this state face a grave economic crisis. And it's bad out there, Seth. I mean, if you don't believe me, take a look at this graph that I got here. Now, as you can see...
In the Weekend Update segment, Fred Armisen's portrayal of Patterson leaned heavily on crude stereotypes, making him appear disoriented and clownish.
Being able to do over 140 shows with my friends and my family has been a dream come true. And from the bottom of my heart, I really...
Try to... Get about $50 worth of circus tickets.
Patterson's communications director quickly responded, calling out the show for mocking people with physical disabilities. The governor also urged them to try being funny without crossing into offensive territory. Yikes. Eventually, though, Patterson seemed to have warmed up to the portrayal, as he appeared alongside Armisen in a later Weekend Update segment to poke a little fun at himself.
So it's true that your other senses are heightened?
Oh, absolutely. For example, my sense of smell tells me that there are 15 people in the audience that are from New Jersey.
Should there be a line when it comes to celebrity impressions on satirical shows? Do you think any of these impressions crossed that line? Let us know in the comments below.
I have to go.
Wait, don't go. Don't wear a coat.
No.
I'll give you a coat. I'll give you a crazy, crazy coat.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.